Good day, it's Mel Jones, and I am your motivational philosopher. And on this video, we're going to talk about speed learning, right? Everybody wants to be able to grab as much information as possible, but you got to learn it. You want to keep it. You want to hold on to it. That's the whole point. How do I hold on to it faster to where it doesn't take me 20 years to master something? Well, the first one will be momentum, okay? I know you've heard of the 10,000 hour rule, right? They say it takes about 10,000 hours doing any particular thing in order to become a master at it. Well, what they probably didn't tell you is that those 10,000 hours are consecutive hours, okay? If you spread those 10,000 hours over, 20, 30 years, you might not become a master at what it is you're trying to practice on. But if you do it in about 5 to 7 years, you will become an expert. You will become a master at it. Why? Because it's compound interest. It's just like investing money. Right? The longer that you keep that money invested into something, right, the more it accumulates over time. But if you keep pulling it out and putting it in, pulling it out and putting it in, right, it's going to take a lot longer to get the type of wealth that you're looking for. So you got to keep that momentum going. It builds up over time. The next one being practicing learning right before bed, right? If you're reading, or if you're absorbing some information, or if you're just practicing something, a technique, the piano, you're speaking, a sport, whatever it is, if you're putting that information in your head right before you go to bed, your subconscious will play with that for the rest of the night, right? And it's like as if you practice piano a few times right before you went to sleep, and then you wake up, it's like you've been practicing all night. And now you'll see when you put it into practice, when you actually put it into performance, you'll see like, oh, I got better all of a sudden. Why? Because of the time of night, right? The time of your life that you chose to put that practice in right before bed. And the last one is cross-learning, okay? This is like the idea of saying, let's say you play basketball, right? And when you play basketball, are you just gonna work on the jump shot? Are you gonna ignore everything else and just work on the jump shot? No, you're gonna work on the dribbling as well. You're gonna work on the passing. Right? Because the whole game, everything is connected. If you only focus on one area, right, you will not see the whole game for what it is, and you will still be behind, and you'll still have a struggle going against other competitors. It's the same thing when it comes to business, okay? Are you gonna learn just one area of business? When I start my business, I'm only gonna learn sales, right? But what about organization, okay? What about investing your money back into the business? Okay, what about taxes, right? What about inventory, okay? If you don't learn those other things and you only learn sales, you'll end up blowing all your money. You'll end up getting the sale, right? Maybe you don't have the contracts, and then you get in trouble because you didn't have the contracts written up properly because you never learned how to write contracts, and now you don't get the money you're supposed to get. And now you're not safe from the possible lawsuit or what have you that may happen to you because you only learned in one area. And not only does the cross-training help you to understand the whole picture, but it improves your ability to retain information. Why? Because everything is connected. Okay, perfect example, when you go to school, do they teach you one subject at a time? No, they teach you multiple subjects. Okay, because if you're hitting multiple parts of the brain, your mind will create those connections and see the parallels and see the relevancies in those areas. Perfect example is science and math. They go hand in hand. That's why you learn them together. All right. Look, guys, I'm gonna see you on the next video. All right, I'm gonna see you on your 27 MP courses, and you can watch them in any order you want to create the connection that you need. And I'll see you on the other side of greatness.